Yeah. You tell him. You tell him. Good. Hey, YouTube. I'm going to have to stop saying that because it might not be YouTube very much longer. So I am just sorting out some, what do we call it? Media, building media, design media for modeling media. That's all I want to say. So this is my modeling media that I use to build models as an adult, and I make them to show off to kids, sure, but to also to other adults. I make these videos specifically for other adult fans. Sure, the media that I work with might be considered a toy, but I only make videos for adult fans, otherwise known as adult fans of Lego. And so, but with the new YouTube stuff, I don't know if I'm going to stick around. I might download my videos and transfer them to another place, or I might just delete them, or I might just leave them there. But one thing I don't want to have happen is I don't want to get fined for some stupid reason for not having my videos labeled correctly or whatever else. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And that's you know, everyone's posting these videos that says, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not in it to make money. I'm not in it. I'm not even collecting money. I'm not going to, you know, monetize, whatever. I'm not going to sign up to be, you know, to collect money from YouTube. I have no desire to do that. I don't want to make this a job. I already have a job. I don't need additional stress in my life by trying to do these videos on a regular basis. So I just, you know, like talking to my friends on YouTube and hanging out and watching your videos and making videos in reply and that kind of thing, and I don't need the additional stress in my life. So we'll see, maybe by the end of the year when it comes time to you know, when this law goes in effect, there'll be better information on what we need to do with our videos, and everything will, well, I don't think they're going to go back to normal, but we can kind of figure it out. So I thought, you know, Odin had his input, and he had his say. You heard that. So I thought I would just do a little blurb, a little rambling, because I'm bored while I'm sorting my building media out. And I thought I would show you some of the progress I've been making on this sort, and how my process goes. So let's take this and we'll, oops, can I flip it around? I can't change views? Well, that's lame. Apparently I can't change the view. So we talked before about my categories. I have my tiles, my plates, my 2x plates, my 3x plates, my odd plates, my brick, my 2x brick, my slopes, my inverted slope, my Technic, my plants, and my minifig accessories. In addition to that, like I mentioned, I sometimes do smaller categories. So I have my 1x rounds. I have my, I don't know what these are called, the 1x1 cones, my 1x1 full-size rounds. And then I have the 2x2 rounds, the 2x2 brick rounds. These are all my cheese wedge, 1x1 cheese wedge, 1x2 cheese wedge, and the 1x2 vents. That's all that's in there. My arches, any kind of arches. And then down here I have Duplo. I already got rid of some, or already put some away, so it's not there. All my off-brand bricks that I've been finding, any other toys, and any trash that comes up. So I have those down there, and then right here is everything else. Now I've already gone through, I usually do about one shoebox size at a time. It's about 2 pounds, give or take. So I've already done 7 of these. I think this is number 7 that I'm working on. The rest of them are over there. I cleaned up the middle area, so it's, you know, not quite so messy. So out of those 7, everything else that doesn't fit into those categories, and I'm really, really liberal with the category, like what I put in these, like tiles, for example. There'll be vents. There'll be here, I'll just dump those out. There'll be vents. There'll be these boat tiles. There are these little jumper tiles in there. You know, anything that anytime I have a plate that has you know, a little bit of blank space, so like this has the 2 studs on the end. I'm pretty generous. Plates are usually the plates, the 1x plates. Sometimes the angles will end up in there. The 2x plates are pretty obvious, you know, and so on. The odd plates will have the round ones in it. So this is everything else, and this is a larger box. And I have not dumped this. Like these I've dumped a couple of times. This I have not dumped. So out of 20 pounds of Lego, I have not, you know, this has not been dumped. So this is everything that does not fit into those categories there. So about 90% of my sorting will whoops, as I talk to you I throw that in the wrong one. 90% of my sorting will end up in one of these categories. And it's a very rough sort. It's just a quick, you know, a quick sort, a way to get it knocked down. You can see some of these are overflowing. So these, you know, they're wheel axles or whatever. They end up in the general bin. I just throw them right here at the bottom. Same thing with all these sorry, get in front of the camera. All these hinges and stuff. Hinges end up down there. There's another hinge. It ends up down there. The little teeth thing, whatever this thing's called. Snots, any of the snots. That's stud knot on top. They end up down there, so that's the same thing. This is a window. Oh, I think I skipped those. I have doors and windows, windshields, and tall bricks back here. So I think I skipped those earlier. Here we go. So that looks like a Lego on the camera, but it actually is all Mega Block. So it ends up right down here in the off-brand brick pile. Let's see. Oh, yep. There's a clips. Clips end up in the middle bin here of the general. More snots. That was a headlamp. This weird little claw thing. These, well, that's not Lego, but these kind of, that's not Lego, but those kind of things, those fences, those will end up down there as well. This little, I think it's called a bionicle eyeball. I don't think I can get it out of there one-handed, but later on I'll throw that in the bin down there, the general bin. But then, like I said, I'm pretty generous, so this will be a slope. I'll call that a slope. So I'll end up in that slope pile for now. I'll sort it out later. Big cheese wedge, the big 1x2 cheese wedge. Sorry, I can't really see the focus on it. So, there's a Bionicle piece. Bionicle ends up in Technic. So again, it's easier to be a little bit more generous about it. That's a Technic. And now sometimes these I do sometimes put them in Technic because it has a big Technic pin on it. And it just, you know, I'll throw it in there and I'll sort it out. There's a, oh, I almost said that's a non-Lego, but it actually says Lego on it. Big giant grappling hook thing, and you know, I didn't think it'd be Lego, but it actually is. So something like that, it's kind of a minifig accessory in my mind, so I throw that in the minifig accessory. And that is also an area that I'm pretty liberal on. Now I haven't emptied this at all, and I only have half a pick brick cup after that 20 some odd pounds. And like I said, I'm pretty generous on my what I call a minifig accessory. So let's see if that's in focus. So there's a sword, some horns, and another kind of horn thing, bow and arrow, an arm. I've been throwing these in there. The little, like, they're the same size as the Harry Potter wands. They're a little like rod, spear, coffee cups. Whoops, that ended up on the floor. These weird things. I think it's a Bionicle accessory. I don't know. Tell me what that is, would you? It's kind of soft rubber. I don't know what that is. I'll put money in there. Any kind of money I find, I'll put in there. A lot of Batman batarangs. you know, guns, saws. These now I throw these in there because I consider them like a neck piece. So that ends up in there a lot. I have a couple of them right there. Minecraft. Oh, animal parts will end up in there. That's a alligator mouth. There's a parrot, a mail, like a little piece of mail right there. So yeah, all that stuff ends up in there. So, oops, and I just dropped a transparent snake. So what do I do when all this is full? Well, let's find out. So I'm going to I have to kind of, I don't want to lose all those bricks down the hole. So I'll take this cup, and if we go over here, oh, helps if I turn the lights on. 1 second. Okay, so if I go over here, here's my cup of 1 by brick, and I have this whole organizer here, same labels, unsorted tiles, unsorted 1 by plates, 2 by plates, 1 by brick, 2 by brick, slopes, inverted slopes, odd plates, and that's the larger 3 by plates. It's actually both du jours. So we'll go to the 1 by brick here, and I just simply put it in there. Now, you like to get stuck in the bottom. So you can see again, I'm pretty generous in my labels. Like, you know, I have all kinds of, you know, stuff in here. You know, that's a architecture, you know, grill, whatever. You know, I even have some curved ones. So what I'll do is after I've done this, I'll turn around and I'll sort that down further. So that's just a quick way to sort. It makes it so it's just a quick, easy way to find parts. You know, if I'm trying to do a build or whatever else, I can find them pretty quickly now. Like I know like what I put in those areas, so I know the 1 by brick has, you know, what's in there, and so, you know, if I'm trying to do a build, I can quickly find those parts. Oh, I need to put all these minifig accessories back away before I mix them up. So it's been, and you know, and honestly, I've already gone through a lot of this. Roughly went through and pulled out like a lot of large plates, the base plates, the train pieces, stuff like that. So I'm not finding any of that now because I've already done all that work. Yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. It's I do about a bin or so a night. I mean, it takes me a little while to get through it. I'll try to put on a movie or something like that, or listen to the radio. So like I said, I kind of got bored right now, so I figured I'd talk to you guys and kind of show you what's going on. So I wish I can kind of turn the camera around and show you this a little bit better, but yeah. And then, I mean, like, now these are hard, right? Because they both look like Lego at a glance. But I can tell in person that this one's a little bit off color. This one's definitely a Lego white. And so I have a good light overhead, and I'll look at it, and I can see the Lego logo on that one. But this one just has a 5319, no Lego logo. So that tells me that's a Mega Block or something else. So it ends up down there. So, and it looks like I'm throwing random parts, but I have a big bin directly below me. That's all the kind of stuff I don't have categories for up here, which is like the hinges and you know, these little fence pieces, whatever you want to call them, the snots, like I said. So I don't know what that's called, that thing. So I'm not dropping those in the reject bin. They're just in a general to sort later, and I do have homes for those. That was all my 1 by brick going into the bin that I just emptied because now I have room. These things, whatever these things are, they end up down there. Antennas, like that one. But like this guy is a little 1 by 1 round, so he can end up in the cup that the phone's sitting on. So yeah, I don't know. Hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully we can stick around on the YouTubes. Otherwise I might be over on, what's the other one's called? Twitch, I think. Feels like that's the one out of Futurama. I don't know. One of those other platforms. So maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll turn all my channels to private for now. I don't know. I just don't want to. And if you're not knowing what I'm talking about, well, you're living under a rock. But it's the whole federal FTC, right? The FTC people. The whole COPPA law, or COPPA, Child Online Privacy Protection Act, that YouTube got fined for. Everyone's been talking about it. Like I said, you're living on a rock if you don't know what I'm talking about. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, until then, keep sorting those parts and enjoy the hobby. And remember, this is an adult channel for adult fans of Lego. And yeah, so if you're a kid, well, find something else to watch, huh? So, catch you guys all later.